Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Hi, how's your weekend going? How are you keeping? How are you faring? Are you able to keep up with the news going on in the royal sphere? Because it seems to be fast moving at the moment. Okay, let me get started. It's Wheezy here, and welcome to Isabella Bank's YouTube channel, where we discuss all things Harry, Meghan, and their level up journey. Let me say hello to the people in the comment section. Hi, Connie. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Paddy. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Novi. Good to see you all again. Thank you for joining me. It's going to be an interesting one today, or so I think so anyway. I've had a couple of laughs myself while I was putting this together. um, so, guys, it's been an interesting week. We've had from the disappearance of from Kate's illness to the subsequent disappearance, which, by the way, is still not solved. Kensington Palace decided that they would make things a thousand times worse by putting out a second fake photograph of Kate. I'm just doing a summary of what's been going on before I start off with the events that have happened from my last video, which was on Thursday to date. Okay, so 48 hours is a lot of time in Harry and Meghan's world, which is also the royal family's world as well. So we have a lot to talk about. So, continuing on with my summary, Kensington Palace decided that they were going to make things a thousand times worse by putting out a fake photograph of Kate, prompting an international controversy of epic proportion. The palace appeared to have expected the usual pushback, but it seems like they were caught unawares by the sheer scale of the pushback, not just by people in the UK or became internationally as well, to the point where they have now been branded as untrustworthy for handing off a fake photo to the international news agencies. Anyway, when they got over their shock, they decided that instead of trying to regulate things and do things better, that they would try to use their usual way, to push the narrative, to get over the narrative. They wanted to be able to say that Kate should not be held to such high accounting standards because Harry and Meghan did it too. Look, their photographer moved a tree in his own photograph, and Harry and Meghan were not having it. They said, "The hell not! Leave us out of it." I loved it. I loved the fact that they moved so quickly. I loved the fact that they had someone of such good reputation as well, who was able to push back against that. They looked so foolish. Um, and when that failed, they brought out Skeletoria. In case of those of you who don't know, my favorite name for Sharon Osbourne is Skeletoria. To try and see if she could muddy the waters. And even that didn't work. And when that didn't work, they decided that they would send Nile Gardiner. They had literally their entire army out with everything, knives, guns, everything, trying to fight against this narrative, trying to see if they could turn things back by force. And they tried to see if they could send Nile Gardiner into the fray to remind everyone that he's working very hard to gain access to Prince Harry's visa application. Prince Harry, too, can be this Prince Harry as well can be seen to be so that he can be seen to be untrustworthy. Put him in the same bag as everyone who has ever been accused of everything or anything. Anyway, they discovered that that was not working. And then Megan did a Beyonce. She just did a silent launch of her Instagram page with her new website with the new brand. And as at the time when this article came up, the Instagram page had 375,000 followers. But as at right now, as I speak to you, it currently is at 487,000 followers on Instagram. Can I just say that if you haven't followed the page, go ahead, follow the page, and let's get Megan up to 1 million as soon as possible. Okay. And of course, anything Megan just turns the white middle-aged people in the islands that is called the UK. It just turns them all frazzled and bitter. Because you had this man coming up to say, royals don't go into trade. Meghan Markle criticized for exploiting status with new venture. And of course, my girl. Well, this photograph is on GB News. Oh, 492,000 now. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's okay, Connie. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I fully expect that account to be up to 1 million before the end of next week, just because of how quickly people are signing up. So it's fine. Not everybody can do that. Well, there's just something about them. When they just hear Megan, see, they just curl up and become crusty and bitter, and their faces are all screwed up, and it just seems like they have to me. This is how my spirit receives their face. Like they've got booger all over their faces. So they even went into detail, like listing and detailing every single thing that was in the fuzzy video. So this is a still of the video that Megan posted on her Instagram account. Okay. So they took the time to carefully label everything that they could see in the photograph. I'm surprised. I'm sure next week this photograph will be updated with the prices of everything that is in that kitchen, just to make sure that they try to give the impression that Megan is living on Harry's money, or she's spending taxpayers' money, or she's very expensive. So what if she's expensive? If she's spending her own money, what if she's expensive, right? Honestly, these people, they spent so much time on this photograph. They could not clarify Kate's photograph, but they could clarify everything in this photograph to the point that they were able to detail everything in the photograph. So ridiculous. Anyway, the Sussex squad were not having it. They were not having. I'm telling you, listen, the Sussex squad, they deserve a round of applause. They did wonderful and excellent this week. I am so proud to be a member of the Sussex squad. They even had me jumping into some fights online, because usually I just go and make a comment on two or two, and I'm out of there. And it's just usually observatory commentary, so and so, so and so. But this time I was giving them back to back to back, back to back to back, back to back to back. And I have to tell you, it was so fun. It was so fun. It was so fun. So the Sussex squad dug out all the receipts. They got them from every place, from space, from under the sea, under the rocks. Let me share them with you. Ah, oh, okay. I think at some point I'm going to have to, let me see. Let's get her. Let's get her out of here. Okay. Karate chop. And she's out. Uh, Right. So every single receipt that the Sussex Court could find, they did get, and they produced it online. Look at this one. Queen Elizabeth now has her own brand of ketchup and brown sauce. See that? Published 2022, not even that long ago. And then there was this one, companies and products that have the British royal family's royal warrant. That means that by the association of the royal family, even organizations that are not even members of the royal family, just by saying that the royal family patronize them, sorry, it sort of adds prestige to their standing in the business world. And for that reason, it seems like they're more trustworthy. Other people with money want to other people with money want to patronize them as well because it's seen as royal approved. That means it's more esteemed, more exclusive, more, everything better than what the commoners are able to do. What Look at this one. Royals made almost 2 million from sale of horses received as gifts from prominent figures. Or what about this one? Her Royal Highness Princess Michael of Kent. She wrote a book called Crowned in a Far Country: Portraits of Eight Royal Brides. That sounds like it would be very interesting. Not. um, what about this one? Inside Mike and Zara Tyndall's £30 million fortune. Zara, all her brands that she works for, and then Mike as well. When they tried to complain and it seemed like they were not able to get through to members of the public because no one was listening, they upped the ante by saying when Meghan could be facing legal trouble from royal family over her new business. Like what? How? Where? What? Okay, we're going to go into it in this video because, as I told you, the Sussex Squad were not playing this week at all. They declared Sexy Meghan. Who is this person? Okay, I'm attracting all the trolls today. Seems like. So the Sussex Squad reminded them of the details of the Sandringham agreement. Okay? They said they pulled it out quick with the quickness. They said, as agreed and set out in January, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will retain their HRH prefix. Okay? I don't want to bore you by reading everything, but the main thing to note on this page is the HRH status. That's what Harry and Meghan agreed that they would not use. That's number one. The second thing is that they decided that they would not use the word royal in any of their written work or the word Sussex royal. That was the third thing they agreed that they would not do. Okay, fine. So now let's have a look at this new brand of Megan's American Riviera Orchard. Uh, this I got this screenshot when the page was just at 39,000 followers. Okay, Antoinette, sorry, I don't have, I don't have any moderators. It's just me. Does anyone want to volunteer for that? um, so we got there's no royal on the page. There's no royal on the website. There's no HRH on the page or on the website. There's no Sussex Royal either. Everything is just copacetti, the way they agreed that they would do it. And yeah, their hair is still standing on end. They can't cope. I don't know what their expectation is. They've directed their hate at Meghan in such a direct stream that it seems like their expectation is that they should be allowed to abuse her in public without any repercussions. Anyway, I'm glad that they're getting their just desserts. Yep. Before we go on, let me first of all invite you to join my growing community. We are in very interesting times, and we discuss all the tea on this channel. Apart from that, I also do deep dives into the court cases, which I find particularly interesting, just because when I started doing the deep dives into the court cases, then I really understood what Prince Harry was up against. I really understood that it really, really was a matter of life and death. And I am now very relaxed because I know that once the government released the use of the Levinson 2 documents, I now know that Harry's got it. There's nothing to worry about any longer. So, there's still go in to have a look at it just to follow up and see where I can best support Harry and Meghan when we are discussing the issues relating to them online. As I was doing my call, if you are a returning subscriber, go ahead to. If you're a returning viewer and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead to subscribe to to my channel. And for all those who have already subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. In addition to subscribing, please like as you come in, share, leave a comment. If you think you don't know what to say, you don't know anyone in the chat, just leave a heart emoji or something like that in the comment section. And people will say bye. Oh, someone is saying bye. Bye. Connie, are you leaving? Just if you think you don't know what to say, please leave a heart emoji or something like that in the comment section, and it would be greatly appreciated. Cynthia says, hi Isabella, sorry you're dealing with trolls. Do you have moderators yet? No, I don't. I haven't really had the need for it, but it just seems like the more the channel is growing, the more the channel seems to be attracting the trolls. So this is the first evening that I have had trolls show themselves within 5 minutes of each other. Anyway, I'm sure I will deal with that as I go along. If there's anyone who has any suggestions on how to deal with that, please leave your comment in the comment section and I will take your advice. I will go through the comments and take your advice. But we have a lot to get through this evening. So let's continue. In my last video, I did advise that William and Harry were due to attend the Diana Awards, and Harry did attend the Diana Awards, as did William. But as you know, the William insisted that Harry would not carry out his virtual meetup with the award recipients until he left the building. Oh, I have dropped. Oh, I will drop the video of his interaction with the award recipient on my Instagram account, but so you can have a look. I think it's there already, actually. You can go to my Instagram account either now or at your convenience to have a look at the video. I will just drop the link to my Instagram account at the top of the chat so that you have access to it. Let me do that now. Let me do that now. Just a second. We're on YouTube. Just the difference, though, in between the interaction of William and Harry was clear. It was crystal clear. Harry's was so warm and it was just interactive, while William just went there and he gave a speech and he was off. So it's my Instagram account is pinned to the top of the chat. You can go to the Instagram account to watch the video. As for those who for those who are aware of it, a lot of the Sussex friendly channels keep getting um, suspended on, and YouTube usually uses the excuse of the demonetizing the channels due to reuse content using these video clips that we're able to access from other platforms, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. So I've decided that the best thing I would do is to mention the existence of the video clips on my YouTube channel and direct you to go watch the actual video clips on my Instagram channel. That will save my channel and give you the opportunity to go watch the videos on another platform as well. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. So this was Harry having the conversation. I just did inserted a photo from his interaction with the award recipients here, and you can all just see like the energy. Look at him smiling, and everyone's really focused on Harry, which is all well and good. However, I did notice that if you watch the video, they did say they miss Harry, but they didn't ask about Meghan. So, if I was going to give them a score out of between 1 and 10, I would say I give them a 3.5, just because when you see a married man or a married person, after saying hello, the next thing you should do is, how is Megan and how are the kids? And I hope you're all well. The man cannot be well if his wife and children are not okay. So why you insist on directing all your well wishes to him alone is beyond me. And people might say, well, it was a formal setting. Yes, if you have enough presence of mind to say hello to Harry, have enough presence of mind to know that Harry alone is not addressing Harry alone, is not addressing all of him. That's that time has passed. He is now a married man. Anyone addressing Harry should also be addressing his wife and his children. End of. Let me see what your comments say. Roslyn says William is a jealous pig. Um, Antoinette, I've heard Baron speak of troll spray. What is that? What is that? I think I will have a look at the settings and um, try to put it in place while we're speaking. Just a second. Harry is just a different person than William. Harry does it from his heart with love and caring. And was the one who put all the warmth and fuzziness around William's persona. It made it look like William was this warm and fuzzy person as well. But with Harry being away, that is stripped away from William now, and everyone can see him for the terrible, evil person that he is. Let me go into the settings of the live to see whether I can do this. Let me see. Let me see whether I can do it quickly. Paid promotion. Featured places. Okay. Doesn't look like I can quickly do this. So I will learn how to do it after the stream. Okay. Let me not keep you waiting. Okay. William carries too much animosity. He doesn't represent Diana's legacy. Yeah, the man is just bitter. What are you so bitter for? You are the one who is offending everyone, and then you are the one acting like you are the one who is offended. Funny thing is that he has admitted in an article that it looks like he crossed boundaries because I think there's an article where he says that he was asked about his relationship with Harry, and he told the person that at the time when Dan Wooten was digging into his relationship with Rose Hanbury, that Harry was offered up to divert attention away from his relationship with her. And that must have happened, and that's just one occasion. That must have happened time and time again. So imagine that. That must have been so annoying for Harry. And then he decided that he would do that to, I'm sure he decided that he would do that to Megan. And Megan was like, no, you're not. No, you are not. And I love that for her. Anyway, so when that didn't work in terms of changing public perception, because I think these people, they have their ear down watching our tweets and posts on all the social media. They listen to what people are saying, and they could see that public perception has swung away from William and it's now in favor of Harry. And so what did they do? They brought out the big guns. Piers Morgan, who said William is right to be angry at treasonous brother Harry, and Meghan's behavior towards royals has been, I've cut off the word despicable there, but that's what it says, right? And I just thought to myself, Piers Morgan is coming out swinging in support of William, calling Harry treasonous. Seriously? Treasonous. That is a very serious allegation. It looks like Piers Morgan is trying to bait Prince Harry into a lawsuit. Huh, okay. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Looks like the arrival of a number of squaddies may have quieted some of the trolls. Not sure. I don't see any disrespectful remarks at this moment. I will keep an eye. I wasn't really looking. That's why they could creep in. I'm usually quicker, but that I wasn't getting a lot of I wasn't getting a lot of trolls. So I wasn't quick on the mark this time, but I will pay more attention now on the comments. So they doubled down with another article saying public do not want Harry to return to royal duties as nearly half tell pollsters House of Windsor is divided, with Prince and his wife Meghan most often blamed for the split. This is in support of William because he has misbehaved again. The misbehavior was that, of course, everyone noticed that he demanded that Harry not be allowed to make his presentation at the Diana Awards until he was out of the building. Everyone who is above the age of 15 knows that that was a childish move to make. So, what do you say? At this point, when all else fails, take a poll, do a made up poll, and say that everyone hates Harry and Meghan, right? But you know what? With the debacle that happened, the photo gates, the fake photo that happened, it has opened everyone's eyes. For a lot of people who were neutral or weren't paying attention before, now are paying attention. And they're like, no. And those people who have been speaking, they find themselves being able to speak quicker and louder because they have a lot more people backing them up when they do say things. Like Denise Welch, she is one who has been speaking in favor of Harry and Meghan. And when this article, Public Do Not Want Harry to Return, came out, she says on Twitter, at what point will the British media understand that Harry does not want to return to royal duties? Seriously, what on earth would Harry and Meghan want to return for? Give it a rest. Thank you, Cynthia. Give it a rest. She says, give it a rest. And look at this. Slowly like surely, all of the tea started pouring out. Kate Middleton, Prince William's heading for split over alleged affair with Rose Hanbury. Was she, Kate Middleton, in the car with Prince William or someone else? This one is the funniest thing I ever saw. Funniest. There are a couple of videos that go with this picture on the right. Okay. People were saying that the person sitting with William in the car, or rather that there was, okay, so there are two theories. Okay. So the first one is that it wasn't Kate who was sitting with William in the car and that it was a motorized cardboard sitting in the car with William. There's even a 3D video to prove it, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram page. If you're just joining us, the link to my Instagram page is at the top of the chat. You can access it for all the videos that I will reference in this live stream just to avoid problems with YouTube. Okay. Uh, Another theory is that it was Rose Hanbury sitting in the car with William. It was. Oh dear. Another reason why people think it was, group of people think it wasn't even any of those women, that the photograph was fake. They said the brickwork that you can see through the window is different from the brickwork at the top of the car, which is true. which is true. But I'm going to post the videos that I was talking about on my Instagram page. That reporter was lying. Lala's venture. The reporter who said, no, that was not true. I will upload the video for you to go to my Instagram page to have a look. Let me see whether I can. I'm a woman. I can multitask, right? Let me see whether I can do this. Let me see whether I can do this. Just a second. Yep. Just a second. Okay, so it's currently processing. It should be uploaded in the next couple of minutes. So you can go on there to have a look at the video. It's already on there as we speak. Yeah. So you can go there and have a look at the video that I am referring to. Okay. That's venture says. Uh, then the curiosity into who and what Rose Hanbury is, mm, instead of getting better as the days are going by, because perhaps of the silence of Kensington Palace and all that's going around, and them trying to use Harry and Meghan to distract from the situation, is making things worse. Their outmoded strategy is not working this time. Okay. Look at this. This article came up and it says, is Rose Hanbury pregnant in 2024? Meet her children and husband. Okay. So I'll just read a little bit of it just because I don't want to bore you to death with all the details. It says a rumor that Prince Harry and Rose Hanbury are expecting together went viral on TikTok after, and you called the user's name, shared a blind item that Kate Middleton learned that Hanbury was allegedly pregnant with William's child around Christmas of 2023, which Hanbury planned to keep. The rumor also claimed that the pregnancy was the alleged reason Kate hasn't been seen in the public since Christmas 2023. And the person said, I'm standing 10 toes down from the Princess of Wales because it's giving Diana 2.0. So the article says, so is Rose Hanbury pregnant with Prince William's baby? The answer is no. How the person who wrote how the author of the article knows this to be true, I have no idea. I have no idea. But she is stating very categorically that Rose Hanbury is not pregnant with William's baby. That can only tell you one thing, right? She's been briefed to come out and say this, right? I thought they said no, don't explain, don't complain. Or what is that mess that they keep on trying to say? Anyway, so in all of this, you might wonder, where is Rose Hanbury's husband? Where is her husband in all of this? Apparently, there is a rumor that he swings for the other team and that Rose is just a bird. Honestly, the Sussex Squad are a team you don't want against you because they dug deep and resurrected this article. And there are several things I'm going to point out to you as I read through certain portions of this article. Okay. Bear in mind, that's the first point, that this article is dated the 16th. Bear in mind that this article is dated 16th July 2010. And it starts L'Oreal fraud suspect and the Marquess of Cholmondeley. That is Rose Hanbury's husband. Okay. And it says no one will be more concerned about the extraordinary arrest in Paris yesterday of flamboyant bachelor Francois Marie Barnier, who is accused of fleecing the L'Oreal heiress Liliane Bettencourt of £850 million than filmmaker David Rocksavage, aka the Marquess of Cholmondeley. Society photographer Barnier has emerged as a central figure in France's embarrassing scandal in which President Sarkozy and his wife Carla Bruni are both said to have accepted donations from Madame Bettencourt, 87, who is the richest woman in Europe. Apparently, everyone was surprised that Rosie's husband married her and that they had children together. Did you guys know that her husband is 25 years older than she is? Okay. So it says here most of David's family had given up on his getting married and starting a family, says one close friend, but he did want an heir. So there were raised eyebrows when the Marquess proposed to Rose and swiftly had children. Listen to the shade in the next line, okay? It says dating older men seems to run in the Hanbury family. Rosie's elder sister, Marina, 28, is engaged to twice married Earl of Durham, 48. Rock Savage met Barnier around 1983 and they have remained close ever since in France, while his wife is in the UK. Anyway, so this is the scandal that keeps on giving because of the very unusual arrangement that they both have. And honestly, something has to be done. I don't know why William is handling this matter so poorly. He's supposed to have so much money. He's supposed to be a billionaire in his own right now. So why he's not taking advice or using appropriate crisis management techniques to resolve this situation is beyond me. But let's continue. What are the people on the street saying? So these are the speculations of very experienced journalists on Twitter. And it says, yes, it is an affair. I haven't read the piece, but I know about the affair. Everyone knows about the affair, darling, even us Jews. Although, admittedly, I'm quite a posh Jew, if such a thing exists. And this person said, heard from two separate sources that Will and Lady Rosie's affair is well known of in the Norfolk set, but like Charles and Camilla, those who know are dutifully silent on the subject. Really? Now, remember when I said to you, remember that article? Okay, let me remind you which article I'm talking about. This one. Remember the date? 16th of July, 2010. He has been known to have a close association with a man called Francois Marie Barnier. Okay. So now this person on Twitter was saying Rose Hanbury's 13-year-old son, Lord Oliver Cholmondeley, played a special role in King Charles's coronation, where he served as page of honor alongside heir to the throne, Prince George. Rose's family holds ties with the monarchy. Make of that what you will. And this person has said, my God, I can't wait until the papers can talk about Prince William freely. There's a lot to unpack there, and I'm sure our ears will blow off our heads when we get to hear it all. But it then makes you wonder because all of this is happening around the time when Harry was in the UK. So, how much of this did he know about? I mean, we all know that at this stage, Harry was in the UK. It's about this time. And look at William. He's already shown his propensity to be distant from Kate to the point where Harry had to remind him to take care of his wife in public. Okay. Look at the eyes of the two men in the picture looking at themselves. They must have heard the exchange. And look at Kate looking embarrassed by the whole thing. And this picture started floating around. Harry, and guess who's by his side? Rose. Rose. Some people think that what was it? William is nuts. I told my sister when I saw PC December that she's beautiful and her smile, but her eyes are screaming at me, help me. That was December, right? Niedermark says Rose is less attractive than Kate. So once again, the Prince of Wales has picked an unattractive woman to be his. They must have some special skills that make up for their lack of attractiveness. Ding ding ding, Adrian. Harry was the cover up for so much, and him not being there has made everything that he was holding together to fall and is now exposed to the general public. It's now exposed. William and Charles seem to have an affinity for horse faith. Ah, alas, Venture Kate's eyes are screaming for help a long time. Her eyes were telling she was cracking under the pressure. But initially, her energy after Harry and Meghan left, she was very happy with the attention that she was receiving. I don't have a photograph of it now, but I did observe her energy when she was at Wimbledon, flirting openly with Roger Federer to the point where his Roger Federer's wife was so unhappy and it showed in public. Harry isn't. Cynthia says Harry isn't going to blow the lid off the tea kettle. He still loves his family. Did the Rangers keep trying to paint him? Paint him as a traitor. He only speaks of what impacts him, his wife, and his children. Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Right. So let me move on to the next slide. Look at this. CNN, when they looked at all the shenanigans going on online yesterday, they're like, the Princess of Wales controversy has only gotten worse. I agree. First thing that the mainstream media ever said that I agree with. The disrepute caused by that fake photo is so global that even the King of Netherlands made a joke about it during an engagement on Friday. And this was widely reported. At this point, right? Don't you think that the South Park cartoons or animated things are nothing compared to this international disgrace being faced by Kensington Palace? At this point, I think even the cows in Nigeria know about Kate's fake photo, right? My theory on Thomas. Prince. Oh, I don't know. Let's look at this. And of course, every time that there is any conversation concerning this, the royal family tried to push back. And this time, the strength of the Sussex court was felt in epic proportion. Epically, because the receipt sharing was on top form. It was top notch. Every time they tried to start a new narrative, the Sussex court shut them down immediately. And one of the receipts that were used to shut down the pushback by Kensington Palace was this photograph. I'm sure you guys must have seen it come up online. Kate Middleton arrives Buckingham Palace on her birthday amid royal backlash against Meghan and Harry. What people made us pay attention to were the bruises on her face. And uh, I forgot to do a zoom in of this photograph. But when you zoom into this photograph properly, you can actually see that she's got a black eye under her makeup. Where did she get that from? Where did she get that from? And people are also assuming that that's one of the reasons why people are also assuming that that's one of the reasons why she is missing. But would it be unheard of if that was true? I mean, we've all seen photographs like this, right? You know who it made me think of? Princess Charlene, who was crying on her wedding day. But Williams seems to me that William is suddenly in full blown rebellion against the world and he's going to learn. But you know, they call him, they call him Camilla Parker Bowles. Lala's venture, you just said something that ties in totally with this narrative. She had broken fingers in October, December, her ring finger hand. Wow. You see this article which says Prince William leaning on unlikely ally, sorry, during Kate Middleton health woes. He says the Prince of Wales has been leaning heavily on his stepmother, Queen Camilla, the expert claimed, even though in the early years of their relationship they were not as close as they are now. Oh my gosh. Uh, so his name, just because he needs to get to the throne, is William Parker Bowles. Adrian says if I had to marry Prince Albert, I would cry too. Oh my gosh. And do you know what? The erasure of Kate from royal life is still going on. See this? Kate Middleton's name quietly removed from the Trooping of the Colour. And Trooping of the Colour is in June, which means that we're not going to see her in June. And when that became obvious, Camilla Tominey tried to push back. Piers Morgan tried, it didn't work. Niall Gardiner tried, it didn't work. The Royal Rota tried, it didn't work. So Camilla Tominey thought she would have a go. And she came up with this article saying unrealistic expectations are being imposed on women, thanks in large part to our toxic social media culture. This week's column. And somebody said, Camilla, are you serious? You are a clown. You and your friends allow the toxic culture on social media. You pushed and retweeted a conspiracy theory account that claimed Megan's pregnancy is fake and her children are not real. You and Carol can f right off, wicked stupid woman. Like the gloves are completely off. No prisoners taken. And then I told you the receipt game on Twitter right now is supreme. The Sussex Squad produced this is Camilla Tominey's article, the one she wrote about Meghan's cookbook being linked to 19 terror suspects, including Jihadi John in group's investigation. And the another one she wrote, they sent her this one as well. It's not okay to be fat, and there's nothing unkind about saying so. Asking people to take more responsibility for their own well being isn't fat shaming, it's life saving. More receipts were sent to her. Camilla posts and reposts tweets of people spreading conspiracy theories and hate towards Harry and Meghan. Guys, when she couldn't argue anymore, she started to block people left and right. I haven't been blocked by her yet, but by the time I left the timeline before I jumped on here, there were like five of these in my timeline. Five of these. So Camilla Tominey, who usually says she doesn't care if people drag her online, well, she cares today because she's blocking everyone. She cares today, honestly. Um, so I just remind you once more, just because I can see that a lot more people have joined us on this live stream. If you are new here, please go ahead to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment in the comment section. And if you are not new here, but you haven't subscribed, please go ahead to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment in the comment section. If you don't know what to say, just leave an emoji in the comment section. That would do me just fine. Okay, swinging back to this story. I'm sure you guys might have heard of this on Friday. After they tried everything they could to drag Harry and Meghan into this mess. But the fire just kept raging. It just kept going on and on and on and on. So, William's friend at the Daily Beast, Tom Sykes, decided he would write this stupid article saying, friends of Kate Middleton have blamed intense stress, including the fallout from Harry and Meghan Markle's repeated denunciations of her and Prince William, as being at least partly responsible for her absence from public life. By the time they were done with him, he must have wished that he didn't even type anything on his computer because he was barbecued. He was barbecued. Everyone saying to him, of course, if all else fails, blame Harry and Meghan. The At this point, even the international media got involved in the pushback against this article. Look, have a look at this. I have not seen one of this ever. Meghan Markle isn't responsible for the Kate Middleton scandal, and she shouldn't have to be. As conspiracies run rampant about the Princess of Wales, tabloids want to bring Meghan Markle into the discussion. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This was just so amazing. This was just so amazing to see the media finally beginning to push back against these articles. against the smear campaign. And it's just a theory of mine, but anyway, I'll talk about that in my next slide, okay? So the pushback against that article was so strong because that's just one article pushing back. There were several, and I just chose one so that this video won't be too long. And Jan Moore from the Daily Mail, she said the ugly feeding frenzy over Kate in the US proves the royals must be more transparent. You think? You think? She went on to say, this might come as a shock, but here in the UK, newspapers and broadcast media still treat the royal family with a significant degree of respect, a blue ribbon of deference and restraint, a cushion of comfort afforded to few others, callers all reporting on their activities. I thought they said they didn't have any invisible contract with the royal family, but here she is stating that in black and white. Anyway, she just came on to complain because Americans would not let them get away with pulling the wool over people's eyes. She goes on to say for the British royals and the British media, the rules of engagement are subtly different. In America, no such niceties exist. There is no demarcation between royalty and celebrity. And in America at the moment, the gauntlets are off. Lurid gossip has been published in the US newspapers based on nothing more than speculation. Well, that's a lie because Kate has admitted that she did, in fact, alter the photograph. So, what are you talking about? On popular chat shows, programs watched by millions, our royals have been discussed and openly mocked. There has been much ridicule of the Mother's Day photograph taken of the Princess of Wales and gleeful mockery of the vast ongoing Kate-spiracy regarding her lack of public experiences. The Washington Post did me a funny when I saw this a piece of art or the cartoon that they posted on the Washington Post, right? Where they with William behind the scenes putting up a wooden structure supposedly to be Kate waving from the window. Anyway, and then Huffington Post, when they saw that no one was in support of the Harry and Meghan are wicked people, decided to change their tune as well. He said, people are calling out the contrast between media coverage of Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. I just imagine that that's how the reporter must speak. Are you kidding me? And of course, I told you the Sussex Squad have been savage this week. As soon as they saw this post from Huffington Post, they sent them this receipt. The people are correct. 246.6 thousand articles on Meghan in 10 months. 96.6 positive articles on Kate. You do the maths because people have done it and it's become clearer to them that the British media and royal family are biased and doing vendetta journalism on Harry and Meghan. Huffington Post 2 is part of it. The response was magical because they went quiet. They went quiet, absolutely silent. Like everyone's looking around, just thinking to themselves, things have changed. How do we proceed from here? Nothing is working. Nothing is working. To the point that the Daily Mail put out this article saying if the royal family is not quite at the 11th hour, it's perilously close. An impassioned warning from Richard Kay that no one cares about the monarchy can ignore. Who cares? No one cares. The Royal Rota right now are in a desperate situation because they are a laughing stock all over the world and are now officially in a position where no one can and will take them seriously anymore. And I love it for them. And what do you know? Like it's a warning shot to William to get his act together, right? Not so sweet William. Did you guys see this? Not so sweet William. Has been replaced by a loving father who rarely fails to cut a dignified and often humorous figure in public. At 41, the Prince of Wales is not only a key force in the monarchy, but popular with the public too. The outlook has not always been so sunny, though, as Robert Lacey. This is from Robert Lacey. But it's quite funny to me that the Daily Mail will allow such a headline on their newspaper. Is it not so sweet, Prince William? I covered it up, but the full headline is Not So Sweet William. There was a time when Prince was prone to rant and rave, says leading royal author. And, and the article continues. Perhaps this is to have been expected. King Charles himself has been no stranger to the occasional outburst. Nonetheless, William's stepmother, Camilla, was said to have been taken aback by the ferocity of his tantrums. He has proved no sweet William when roused, writes Lacey. In the years after her 2005 marriage to Prince Charles, Camilla recounted to members of her own family and close friends her surprise at discovering this unexpected side to Prince Charming. The boy's got a temper. Charles's wife was horrified at the ranting and raving that William unleashed on occasion against her husband in her presence. The rows were shattering by Camilla's account in the early days, with William doing the shouting and Charles submitting weakly on the receiving end. As she described it, William held nothing back. This is coming from the Daily Mail, people. The Daily Mail. The invisible contract is almost completely torn. It's going to be very interesting in the next couple of weeks, honestly. Okay. So, with all of this going on, and people seeing that they're trying to push the narrative, the smear campaign back to Harry and Meghan, I've told you other media that were not able to stand up for Harry and Meghan. It seems like now that it's been publicly stated that they are now able to come out and now that it's been publicly stated that the Kensington Palace, right, are not to be trusted as a result of the fake photograph that they submitted to the international news agencies, right? So it's now put other news agencies and all around the world is giving them the leverage to be able to say what they want to say without repercussion because this actually is a legal issue and it's been proven because Kate admitted to it and apologized in public. So now they're able to stand up for Meghan because they can, I'm sure they actually intended to do so before now, but they couldn't properly stand up for Meghan because, you know, each country has to respect the sovereignty of another country, right? So until something concrete happens, they were not able to do anything. And it seems like all of them are seizing the opportunity to make their points known now. And they're not going to suffer any repercussion for it because this is something that is happening, is current affairs, and they would not be doing their jobs if they didn't report on current affairs. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to look at your comments. And Cynthia says, I truly suspect that Willie is in the process of divorcing copycats. The whole Where's Kate is too messy and reminiscent of the Chuck and Carmela shenanigans. Yep, I also believe that something, there's so many theories to this. So many theories to this, though. So many theories to this because Kate, she has fought for the crown for so long. She must have endured so much just to be able to reach that crown. So it's very easy to say that they're in the process of divorce. Well, I find it kind of hard to believe because although I can understand it, but just because of how much she has been able to endure because she wanted to be queen, it's kind of difficult to see the divorce thing coming because she's known about Rose Hanbury for the longest time. This didn't just happen. It wasn't just sprung on her. So um, thinking that she would up and divorce him because of that is not something that I can get behind. But I can understand it now if maybe the physical violence became a bit too much now and she couldn't take that bit anymore. Yeah, because why have they not been able to show a photograph of her, like a real photograph of her? Because even when they claim to have taken a photograph of her, it's always from a distance. It's either not her or her face is turned to the side. No one can see her face. Sharon says UK press have been covering up for William for years. Great show. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Seems like I haven't seen your name before. Seems like you're a first timer on here. You're very, very welcome. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead to do so. Hit the like button. Fatima, Isabella Banks. Hi, how are you? How are you? I don't know whether I can actually talk about Kate because she clearly wasn't a woman's woman. All she needed to do was one or two things to make Megan comfortable, and she wouldn't do that just because she wanted to be in charge. And she has this overinflated sense of self about her that all mean girls tend to have because they want to maintain dominance. They want to be the one everyone is looking up to. And she felt like she was entitled to that from Megan. Cynthia says, I don't think Kate wants a divorce. I think Willie wants out. Well, I don't know how he's going to achieve that because the Middleton family don't look like they are in a position to let him go, and therefore him escaping their grasp might be a bit difficult for him, which is probably the reason why he's not been able to come out and make any announcement. There was a tweet yesterday saying that there was going to be a huge royal announcement today, but I've been waiting and refreshing my browser every 2 seconds, and I have not seen any announcements. So I don't know. Anyway, but what I do know is that the Byline Times are going to be releasing and making public the document that was released to Harry, which is going to be containing all the allegations of systemic crime at the Sun and the News of the World, which is the main reason for the complete breakdown in relationship between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family, right? That was at the center of it all because um, of all the phone hacking and Harry's desire to know, and they kept hiding information from Harry. What we do know is that this controversy is the end result of the upcoming case of the release of the Leveson 2 documents that were being released. I know for those who have been with me on this train, I know I keep repeating myself, but remember the stakes being played here are extremely high. Murdoch stands to lose his company if he loses this case against Prince Harry because he already lost a case where he's due to pay, if he hasn't paid it already, $1.2 billion. And then there's another case where he was due to pay 785 million or so. And there are several other cases all around the country. So he is doing everything he can to make sure that he doesn't lose the case, which, in my opinion, my humble opinion, has included some very open threats to the royal family. And if you think about it, right, one of the reasons why the Daily Mail and all the other media organizations have this invisible contract with the royal family is for protection against things like this, which Harry is causing to happen, which is the court case, right? So this means that everything that they have right now against the royal family, every agreement that they have against the royal family or with the royal family at the moment is being tested. Is being tested. Byline Time investigates say the document being used by Prince Harry in support of his case will be released online very shortly. And when they are, I'll be reviewing the documents and producing my usual series of videos reviewing these documents in detail, granular detail. Okay, so for those of you here and for those of you who have been following my channel, I have a question. So I'm going to be reviewing these documents, and reviewing these documents consumes a significant amount of time. Okay. I am contemplating launching a membership on my channel so that those who are interested in doing so would be able to invest in reviewing and researching my and will be able to invest in my increased effort in reviewing this document and the research of it. The membership will also ensure the continued creation of easily accessible videos. Please, can you share your feedback in the comments below if you would be interested in supporting this endeavor? That's one. Additionally, I am contemplating making the Saturday quizzes exclusive to members only. Your thoughts on this potential change are highly valued, so please share them in the comment section. Indeed, I would be grateful if you just let me have your thoughts on my proposals to have memberships and release the documentations and the reviews and the quizzes as exclusive content to my members only. What do you think? In the meantime, what do you guys think is happening in Montecito? Can you imagine the conversation going on in Montecito? Oh my gosh, just think about the moves Harry and Meghan have been making. I am also almost positive that they are both confident in their ability to move forward, and I am loving the way they have gone about it. They definitely have a plan, and they have kept to their plan, moving forward one step at a time. It's actually a lesson in how to deal with difficult challenges in life. What's that saying? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's exactly what they have done. Oh, thank you, Sussex Love. You said that you would support the membership idea. Can you imagine the kitchen table talk with Tyler Perry saying, girl? And Megan saying, girl. And I put Harry in at the back in there just because they didn't do one of these for Harry. I wish they had done. That would have made a complete set. But yeah. So this year, 2024, has been the year of fuck around and find out. Attorneys of law. Okay, so as far as the Sussex news round is concerned, that's all I have. Okay, next up is the archetypes quiz. I hope you are ready. In order for me to do that, or what I decided I was going to do was to sign out of to create two live streams. So I'm going to sign out of this one, and you can go ahead to sign into the next one, which I am going to activate as soon as I come out of this one. Okay. I decided to split the live stream into two just because it was easier for me to manage on the slides and because I didn't want this video to be so long. So I'm going to sign out of this one and I will be right back with the second live stream. Okay. 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 All right. I'm just going to look at the comment section before I exit this live stream. Okay. So Sussex Love says, I think the membership is a good idea. Any way that I can support you, I will. Oh, thank you. And Cynthia says there are no leaks in Montecito. Absolutely. They have given the unroyal family a master class in how to run an organization. Harry and Meghan are really a great team, as Harry has said in the engagement interview, and he was proven right. I am so happy for both of them that they found each other. Adrian says a lot of champagne bottles being popped in Montecito. Absolutely. But Lawless Venture says, I am new to the royal stuff, even though I watch Princess Di marry the loser in college with my roommates. Oh, okay. Um, have you watched the Harry and Meghan documentary? I think that would be a great starting point for you. And my next recommendation would be to read Harry's book, The Spare. And okay, so that's conversation. Okay, so I'm going to sign out of this one and I will click into the next live stream. Okay. So come over to the next one and join me there. All right. I don't want to leave you abruptly, but let me just go and activate. Okay, guys. So I have another live stream ready and for ready for us to go into. This one is for the archetypes quiz. Are you ready? Let's go.